be coming for the check.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Miami Dolphins. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Ready, set, takes 3, 218, chop. Check, 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 check.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They
give it to Williams, running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Marino. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Indeed, they're going for it with Marino. And Wilson has it. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 1, Marino. And Marino cannot get away. He goes down. Quentin Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 3rd down, Drake. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
And the Dolphin first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run. Go.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Watch the curve. Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
On 2nd down now. It's Williams, and he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Down to the 25. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. On 3rd down, Marino. They're able to Kate Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Ready, ready?
Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Hey. 55. Snap.
Here's 2nd and 8. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Ready.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd and 2. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Hey, exit. Bang. Begin. Check.
Back to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Caught here by Bell. They find some open field here. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and he's in sync with his quarterback.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
218, chop.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts. But now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Marino running left on the option. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
He was brought down by 8
On 2nd down, Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 25 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Set, 8, read. Check, watch the before. Smooth.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Kill. Watch twist. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, Delta.
44, check 44.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
You ready? 54. Let's get it together, defense. Hey, seam 6. Ready?
Now on 2nd and 16, Marino. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Watch one. 54's Mike. Check, watch the snap.
Now Marino operating with 3rd and long. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sanders' kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That's it, baby. We got work.
at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 9th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point safely through, and the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 10, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Let's go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, Grant. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go.
Anderson loses the football, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Jets' 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Marino running left on the option. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Go! Shoot!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it'll bring up third down.
Slam!
Yes!
There in the middle, 55.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught by Herndon. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
6 guys! Go!
Second and 3. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll set up to throw. That one caught by Gibson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Now 2nd and goal at the 15-yard line.
It's just me and you.
2nd and 15. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle. Now Marino running left on the option. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Now.
They'll try and throw 4 with Marino. And it's caught by Parker. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
I want to take your role, partner, but up in the 4th quarter and going for it on 4th down and picking it up. How about that?
A big chance. That's why football is not for the faint of heart. They'll run on first down. Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 42-yard line.
Let's go. 50. Plant.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Now Marino running left on the option. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Now Marino running left on the option. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, it's Drake. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Touchdown. Kenyon Drake. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Perry in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. They'll look to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Hard. Hey, high 7.
He's coming, double up. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Hey, get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Anderson's got it. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Found his target, it's Anderson. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set, ready? 10 low ball. 2 right here. General West. Look at me. Door. Check. Hey, Foxtrot.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Look at me. Zip 5.
They'll drop to throw. Open man there. That's Bellamy. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Switch.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Charlie.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 39 yards there, a big one. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
No problem there on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
On the set. Topper!
Now Marino running left on the option. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Again, it's Williams. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. So